what it's like to be married and considered unattractive. Uh, I mean, you don't always think about it, but the thing is, it's always kind of there in a way. It's hard to explain. Like, my wife never ever shows unhappiness with me. Like, in the morning when we wake up next to each other, she looks me in the eyes and we kiss, and I see a big smile on her face. And I remember when I actually had this big fear personally, was when we first started dating and when we first met at the airport. I was so worried that she would have like a different view of me. But the first thing she did was run and hug me and kiss me, like the first thing we did when we met. So I don't know. It's every time I look into her eyes, I never see a sense of unhappiness with me. But due to everything I've been through my entire life, I can't help but feel like it's like a form of insecurity. Like I've overcome it when I'm to like visually when people watch me or hang out with me, they wouldn't notice it, but it's kind of still always there. The sensation, that the people you're with or the person you're with, like find you very hard to look at or be around. Now, it's not the case for some people in some situation. That can be, of course, the case. Maybe if I would hang out with certain different people, that might be the case, but it's not the case with me and my friends and my wife right now. But it's always kind of there. It's like trauma. It's like a trauma you've gone with from all the experiences. It's almost like I've been to Nam, Vietnam or something. I've been to war, and I carry this, I carry this sensation with me. I mean, it's always there in a way. You don't always think about it, but the moment something reminds you of it, it like grasps you, and it's like there, and it's like it's something I probably will never really get lose. Like even if the things that I've been criticized for earlier in my life, even if those things would be fixed, like if my jawline, the nose, and everything got fixed, if I had surgeries and all that, I would still have that feeling there because I know that it's not really present. Like it's not like in my daily life people insult me or point out bad things about me, but so there's no reason for me to feel that way. There's no logical reason to feel that way. There's no reason I should feel the way I do sometimes, but it's still always there, and it's sometimes it can be disruptive. Like my wife likes to take pictures when we're at places, and I have a hard time taking pictures of myself. She loves taking pictures of both us and me and everything, and she's very happy about it. But for me personally, it's always hard with pictures. Yeah. And the thing is, I don't personally find myself a bad looking person. Like when I get myself done and all that, usually I would say more times than not, whenever I look myself in the mirror, I think I look decent. I have some good angles, I have some good days. I'm like, I look pretty good. I look pretty good, so it's not what I feel about myself. It's just everything one has gone through, and it's probably never ever ever going to go away. Even if the whole world, like if some alien force came down in spaceships and sprayed hormones all over the world, that made all people specifically find me the most attractive person in the world. Even if that happened, and there was like news stations and helicopters and everything going around my house being like, this is the most beautiful person in the world. Even if that was going on, this feeling would still be there. Like it's forever going to be there. It has nothing to do with how I actually look right now, or like how people treat me or anything like that, because like it's always been there. And that's what people don't really understand. There's people who feel like they're unattractive or whatnot, and usually most people aren't really unattractive. That's the thing. But like the people that really are, the people that do struggle with these things, they walk around with this history of like bad experiences and things that probably never ever going to go away. I'm not saying that no one can get out of it. I'm sure there are cases where people have been in that situation and then they get surgery or whatnot, and for some cases that fixes their how do you say it? It fixes their personality, their it fixes the trauma. That's what I mean. It fixes the trauma, but for some cases it just doesn't, and I feel like that's my case. Uh, yeah. People might have wondered, like, did you ever get the surgery? Which is like a weird question. People ask me, have you gotten the surgery? 'Cause I look the same. I, a short answer, no. I never had surgery, and probably never going to have, because it's very, first of all, it's very expensive, and I've never in my life had that type of money laying around. Like what is it? The surgeries. I think in dollars it's like $5,000 something. Just the jaw thing alone was like $5,000. And the thing is, the surgeries I need, most of them are like they have like high risks. Like fixing the jaw, they have to cut into the bone. It's like those can come with some very like hefty side effects, and some surgeries. I mean, there's always a crux. Getting surgery is always a crux. It's not something I would first of all afford to do. Second of all, something I would want to do right now anyway, because like some people might think that people who do look bad, that they all just want to look really good and be famous or whatever. I always just wanted to look good enough to find a soulmate and to have uh, to live my dream, getting married and living my dream, which I'm already doing. So like for me, how I look, as long as my wife's happy, that's all I care about. And yeah, but it's just how it is. It's just how it is, and it doesn't matter what people say or what's gonna happen in the future. Like I'm always gonna have this sense with me that you know I don't look good. It's always gonna be there. Um, and yeah, I'm about to be a father in a year, and part of me is worried that if it's a boy, that it will inherit my genes and all that. But at least I somewhat know a workaround to it all. If the kid has like spoiler alert, when I was young, like I was breathing through my mouth a lot because I have problems with my nose, and my parents didn't care enough about it. And like my mom had cosmetic surgery when she was younger. So like if my kid, I know the bad things to look out for, like mouth breathing, like uh, the teeth, keeping the teeth proper, moderate exercise, diet. Like when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. Like my family kind of was like, I mean, they love me. I'm not saying they don't love me, but they didn't care about how my physical, how I would look physically in the future. My grandma did a bit to a certain degree, but she did it in like this weird voodoo way, like in this weird pseudoscience way. Like they didn't really do the right things for me. And when we moved away and it was just me and my mom, then yeah, it didn't pan out so great for me. So, and that's another thing, single parent household, especially if you're raised in a single parent home with your only your mom, then and you're a boy, then and a girl. It's in both genders, but it's worse for a man than it's for a woman. It's still like usually doesn't turn out well. Uh, so like I don't have any fears about me and my wife not being together for our kid. So at least I think it's gonna be fine for our child. I know what the things to look out for, and I know the things to do. But it's still, it's still something that bothers me and worries me, and that's the one and only thing. People are like, "Oh, what about your income? Your income? You're basically broke. How can you have a kid?" I mean, I have, my YouTube channel helps, and I have my family who helps. If something would happen, I know they got my back, and yeah, we will manage one way or another. I don't worry that much about the income and our living situation. Uh, we'll be fine. I think so. I hope so. Hopefully, um, when my wife gives birth, we're gonna birth, birth. Yes, I did say it right. When my wife gives birth, we're gonna have these huge bills, but I'm pretty sure we can get those on like a payment plan, and hopefully that won't dig into our lives too hard. And I think it will be fine. No, that's not something that worries me so much. I'm more worried about the genetics. Uh, and that's the thing on my wife's end. She has EDS. I might have EDS too. They're testing me for it right now. I'm still under investigation for my health. It's been, what is it, 9 to 10 years since I moved here, and it's been a complete shit show with my health and investigations. They still fully don't know the worst part with like my breathing problems. They don't know the exact reason for it. They just determine that, oh, you do have problems breathing, but we don't really know what. Oh, you do have a problem with your throat. That was the most weird thing. That's the most weird thing when I was with the throat doctor, because those who don't know, I have it feels like someone holds a choke arm like this around my neck. It's from morning to night, so all day, every day, it feels like someone is choking me. So it's like a rock in my throat. So they sent me to a throat specialist, and this was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was in the city. They sent me there, and they did all the tests, and they're like, there is something wrong with your throat, but we've never really seen a case like this. We don't know really what it is. You know what? Come back if it gets worse. And I was like, okay. I was like 1.5, maybe 2 years later, I like tried to contact them again, and the whole office had like shut down. So there's no throat specialist there. And it's like the weirdest thing ever. It's the weirdest thing ever. But I'm worried. It's like the one thing I'm worried about. It's like the genetics for the child. But as long as the kid is healthy and know the thing, like I think if we steer our kid in the right direction, everything would be fine. Uh, but yeah, it's always a fear. It's always a fear. Yeah, but that's just how things are right now. Uh, I don't know. I don't really know what to make for today Monday video. I've been thinking about making like a truth bomb, a truth bomb video where you just say like because the world is in a very crazy place right now, and you just put some basic truth out there for some lunatics to get upset over. I don't know. It seemed like a fun idea to me, but I don't know. Something to consider doing next time. I don't know. Hope you all enjoyed this video anyway. Let me know what you think about uh, how I feel over my fatherhood and how I feel over myself. And let me know if you've had a situation like me where you carry this trauma with you, and it's not really, it doesn't, you shouldn't really, you feel like you shouldn't have it, but it's kind of there. Yeah, let me know how you feel about it. See you all in the next one. Oh, check out the video description if you like the channel and want to support me. Only do that if you're able to do that. If you go to college, don't do that. Anyway, see you all next time. Bye.